random disclaimer.
Hello, my fellas. So it seems like we're just going through a list of like all my favorite movies from when I was a kid. Definitely have a more refined taste in movies now. Some of my all-time favorite movies now are like The Florida Project, Ratatouille, freaking Fantastic Mr. Fox, Minions. If you've never seen this movie, you are in for a treat. I said in my video about The Click that this movie changed my life, and I am being honest when I say that. Me and my sister had an affinity for like low budget movies. I'm not sure how it started, when it started, why it started. We loved The Click, we loved Standing Ovation, and we loved Minor Details. Now, before I jump into the straight to DVD classic, I want to point something out about both the trailer and the poster of the movie. So the first scene that you see in the trailer is the main character packing up to go to this boarding school, and she says this:
"The best school we can't afford."
So you may be led to believe that her not being able to afford this school is going to be a major plot point in the movie. And the scene isn't even in the movie. I think they realized and like took it out, but why would you? I don't even know, man. And let's take a look at the poster. A pleasant surprise. That is a backhanded compliment. And you're gonna put that on the movie poster. The first thing that my cat is like doing something. Millie, please. I can't do anything. So kind of like what I did with this video, the intro sequence to this movie is 2 minutes long. And I thought I was being dramatic, but typically intro sequences to movies are like 30 seconds, or they're happening like while some like scenes that after the incredibly long intro sequence, we see the main character and her mom talking in the car. And when the main character gets out of the car, she hits the car of this knockoff Taylor Lautner.
That would be me.
Hey. Oh, Emily!
Maybe I'm being too critical once again, but I feel like we're meeting so many characters at the same time, and we still don't know the name of the main character.
Paige. I'm Emily, principal's daughter.
So we have Ethan, Emily, Abby, and Paige. While Paige is looking for her room, she bumps into Claire. Claire is in room 6 and Paige is in room 9. I'm not saying this for no reason. Paige gets to room 9. This is so like confusing, I might mess it up. Paige, I'm just gonna read it. Like, I physically cannot like get it correct in my brain. Paige gets to room 9 and learns that her roommate for the year is gonna be Abby, but Claire comes into the room right after Paige does. And remember, she's in room 6. This is room 9. There was no point in Claire coming into the room, but you learn not to question stuff like this. Abby doesn't like Paige because she thinks that Ethan likes Paige. So Abby flips their room assignment cards and sends Paige to room 9, and Claire is in room 6. I think I got that. I hope I said that right.
Actually, you're in the wrong room. This is 6, and you've got number 9.
We're introduced to the 2 antagonists of the movie, Riley and Mia.
I need this stuff. I'm a famous model, so who cares? My dad, that's who.
Riley's parents don't care about her grades, and Mia's parents do care about her grades. The juxtaposition. Time skip. So Sean, who's this kid who has a plethora of just health issues, runs into Riley and Mia. Also, every time he sneezes, it sounds like rain hitting the ground, and it's like disgusting. Anyway, this girl, who we still don't know her name, confronts Riley and Mia, and Mia gives her the most like bully response.
Why do you have to be so mean?
Because it's fun.
And then Mia's mom calls, and something's happening with her little brother, but we don't know. Wait, what is this called? When the characters know something but the audience doesn't? During the night, a sinister little note was put on the bulletin board in the hallway, and it says, cheerleaders are ick, and they're going to get sick. Of course this happens. Of course. So now the girls are at soccer practice, and if you haven't noticed, the soccer coach is an Indian man. Can you hear the music playing in the background?
Eating healthy, getting plenty of sleep, and
Also, I want to add that this man does not talk like this in real life.
You saw that hole? Well, you gotta spit that back out and then chew it again? Who does that?
Lunch rolls around and we finally learn this girl's name.
Taylor.
We also discover that Taylor, Mia, and Riley are all on the cheer team, and Taylor and Riley are both going for head cheerleader.
You do know my father made a sizable donation to the academy this year, don't you?
Coach Hollis is gonna pick the best girl for head cheerleader.
We're vaguely introduced to these two girls who are also on the cheer team. Now, do you happen to remember that note that we saw earlier?
I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna...
Hey, wait for me.
Is this room swaying?
Hey, you look pretty bad.
All the cheerleaders are sick. Now, we're supposed to believe that this next sequence of them at cheer practice is supposed to be the day after all the cheerleaders got sick, but they're all conveniently wearing the same outfits as before. And it's crazy because soccer practice rolls around and the same thing happens. We get this unnecessary scene, and a book that Claire is showing this dude, I think his name is Brad, is blank. So now the girls go to Professor Plume's classroom and they notice a note on the board.
If you play soccer, you better beware. It's your turn to hurl.
That doesn't even rhyme.
Since all the cheerleaders got sick after the first note, they start to get suspicious of the food in the cafeteria, which really doesn't even make any sense because how would it only affect the cheerleaders? Anyway, but they start to get suspicious of the food in the cafeteria, so everyone starts eating out of the vending machines. So at soccer practice, all the girls are wearing the same clothes again, but besides that, all of the girls fall sick. So Paige and Claire take Pepto and they start to feel better, and then they call an emergency meeting with all of their little friends.
Whoever's doing this is doing it for a reason.
So the possible suspects are Sean, because everyone makes fun of him for always being sick.
Motive, equality.
Ethan.
It's not Ethan.
Brad.
It's not Brad.
Not Brad.
Emily because she wants to be like the older kids. Professor Plume because he hates his students. And then Riley and Mia.
No, they got sick too.
The girls plan to raid Sean's room tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Sean's room.
Someone's making a lot of money off these machines.
Remember what he says. So the girls raid Sean's room, but he walks in while they're raiding it. Who would have thought, dude?
why are you in my room?
Room inspection.
After school, the girls leave the school to get food from a restaurant because they're suspicious of the food in the cafeteria, but they're being followed.
What's that? Guys, get down.
Who would have thought that it's Ethan, Sean, and Brad, dude? They tell them that they were following them because they're acting weird and suspicious. So the girls tell them that somebody's been trying to get everybody in the school sick, which I thought that this was like pretty obvious information, but I guess not.
Someone's trying to make all the students sick. We found these notes.
It's blank. Now, another note was found in the hallway.
Don't want to barf. Stay away from the carf.
What's carf?
Kind of sounds like cafeteria.
Oh. Okay. So now Paige and Taylor go to Professor Plume's classroom to clean up lab dishes, but they hear him saying some pretty suspicious things into the phone.
Just another day or so, my mission will be accomplished. The students? Oh, no. They don't suspect a thing. I'd hope to keep my plans secret for a little while longer, but I'm afraid that's now no longer possible. I have submitted a number of names from the students in this class to compete in the National Science Fair.
Oh. The girls decide to raid Emily's room next.
Do you solemnly promise that you didn't write that note?
I solemnly promise.
I believe her.
They end up trusting her word and leaving her alone. That night, a pine cone is thrown into their room that says, "Stop looking for clues or you'll be singing the blues." So someone knows about their little investigation. They immediately suspect Ethan, Sean, and Brad because they're the only ones that they told about the investigation.
We have to watch their every move and never let them out of our sight.
At soccer practice, Claire spots Ethan, Sean, and Brad, and she leaves to follow them. And then after soccer practice, Mia gets a call from her dad.
Hey, Dad. Yeah, the vending machines are almost empty.
And then there's science class again, and there's no indication that like it's the next day, so I am highly confused by the schedule of the school. So after their class is over, they confront Sean, Ethan, and Brad about the note, and Sean tells them,
So Ethan and Brad thought if they solved the mystery, then you would be so grateful to them that you might let them take you to the end of the term dance.
and that's the end of that scene. So they go back to their room, and Claire starts to look at the notes, and she notices something, but she's not totally sure if it's there, so she pulls out her magnifying glass to really get a closer look at it. And oh my gosh, guys.
I know who it is.
They make up some plan, and they sneak into the nurse's office to call a fire drill, but they don't pull the fire alarm. Anyway.
Why don't we just pull the fire alarm?
Now they sneak into this mystery person's room, and there's literally one thing under the bed, so there's no way it could possibly...
Bingo.
The next day at soccer practice, the girls hide in the gym, and they wait for the culprit.
That little rat.
After mystery person I'm so tired. After mystery person poisons all of the cups, they dump them out, and they only poison one of them.
I'm okay, thanks.
I think you should. Rules, you know?
Joy.
Mystery person is revealed. It's Mia. She gets sick.
I'm not feeling well.
Emily calls her mom. If you don't remember, Emily's mom is the principal. Emily calls her mom into the locker room, and the girls tell her that Mia's the one who's been getting everybody sick.
The other day I was collecting lab notes, and Mia's writing is so perfect. She puts this little squiggly on her letter A's. We were looking at the notes in our room, and I saw that squiggle.
Apparently, Mia writes her A's differently than everybody else. And also, do you remember the thing about the vending machines earlier? Guess whose dad owns all the vending machines in the school? Mia's.
Someone's making a lot of money off these machines.
All the machines in the school are owned by Maxwell Enterprises. Your dad.
And do you happen to remember the phone call that happen to remember the phone call that Mia was on with her mom earlier on in the movie about her brother? We have the full context now.
He ate some berries off a bush outside our house. My mom gave him Ipecac to make him throw up.
So yeah, Mia's pretty busted. And now everyone is happy and everything is good, and Taylor is head cheerleader.
Your head cheerleader.
Mia doesn't get expelled. She just has to clean stuff now. Like, that's all that she does. This girl got a large chunk of the school sick. She was poisoning people in the school. And she isn't going to jail. Nothing's happening to her. She's not expelled. And all she has to do is clean. What universe are we living in?
Poor baby. Well, all's well that ends well.
But I'm in a new hell every time. You double cross my mind. You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine. And that's the end of the movie! Hooray! This movie's incredibly on the nose, and even though it is, I do think it's still fun to watch. Do I think it's a good movie? No. Alright. Long outro, I'm sorry. This isn't me explaining what happens in the movie. This isn't me making a silly little joke about the movie. This isn't me adding any extra commentary. I hate being sentimental. I hate it. But I just wanted to say thank you for 14,000 subscribers. I think that is absolutely insane. I'm not gonna cry. It's really weird having this many people watching you and like thinking you're funny and like rooting for you. That's the best way that I could put it. I'm really happy that the audience I'm building is full of really nice and respectful people. You guys all seem really cool. You guys are so sweet. It's just, it's really weird. This is really weird. This is very new. Before I posted my video about the RCTA community, I had like, I had just hit 100. I don't really know what to say. I'm getting emotional and I don't like being sentimental. I just want to say thank you. This is really cool. That's it. Stop looking at me.